So President George W. Bush did a speaking gig in Ohio for Senator Rob Portman, and he apparently attempted to rip Donald Trump without bringing up Donald Trump by name. This is a very artful thing he tried to do here because, for those of you who don't know, George W. Bush has said, he's maintained from when he left office, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be involved in what's happening with the presidency. I don't want to necessarily be involved in the races. Although, if I'm not mistaken, I think they endorsed Mitt Romney. But as a general rule, like, I think when they asked him to critique Obama over a certain thing, he was like, I kind of like to stay out of it. And he says that's because I was president, I know what it's like to get all that scrutiny, yada, yada, so I'm going to respect the office and not say anything. It may just be because he doesn't fucking follow the news and he doesn't know what to say when he's asked to comment because he's a little bit of a dunce. But I digress. So, according to attendees, he warned against the following, quote, isolationism, nativism, and protectionism, and urged the GOP to ensure that, quote, everyone feels welcome. Now, as I read this, I thought it was pretty curious because some of what George W. Bush is saying is part of the problem. Some of it's the answer, and he's right. Other parts are the problem. So he lumps in isolationism, nativism, and protectionism all in one bin as like, oh, these are all bad, so bad. And then he also adds, we should make everyone feel welcome. So Bush is right about, hey, the increase in nativism and the increase in everyone not feeling welcome, bad idea. He's right about that, because what he's saying is stop being so openly xenophobic, stop being so openly bigoted. This is what he's saying to Trump. Now, there's a little bit of an element of hypocrisy, because naturally the neoconservatives and Republicans for the longest time, they ran the Southern strategy, but what they did is they were more coded in their bigotry and their xenophobia. So, you know, they wouldn't just come out and say, Mexicans, they're criminals, they're rapists. I assume some are good people, but they're criminals and rapists. They wouldn't say shit like that. It would be much more coded in how they go about painting that we're on team white guy and minorities, they're all right, but... So, but he's still right to say this guy's going crazy. Nativism and is the problem, and making everyone not feel welcome. Just attacking, you know, Muslims, even going to the extent of questioning the family of the Muslim soldier who died fighting for the United States. Even Bush recognizes, whoa, big guy. So that's where Bush is right. Where's Bush wrong? Dude, you're lumping in isolationism, as you call it, and protectionism with nativism. No, nativism is clearly, you know, a xenophobic, bigoted thing where it's like our in-group, out-group mentality, tribalism, we're better than you. Isolationism is the pejorative term people use to smear the very popular idea of non-interventionism. In other words, don't fight wars all over the fucking place for no goddamn reason. So you're lumping in minding our business and only using our military for self-defense with a xenophobic, bigoted movement? Police your tongue, boy. What are you doing? Are you kidding me? And then protectionism. So, in other words, when Trump rips the TPP, when Trump rips NAFTA, when Trump rips permanent normal trade relations with China and the WTO, when he rips the outsourcing deals, Bush is lumping in that with the xenophobia and the bigotry. Again, George, see, this is why you're partly the problem, because the Republican establishment and the Democratic establishment have agreed for the longest time. All right, protectionism bad, non-interventionism bad, right? Right, all agreed. When the population has been telling you, no, you're wrong. Protectionism is actually kind of good. Why is it good? We won't lose our jobs as much if we don't do stupid deals. This is a race to the bottom we're doing. Yeah, it's good to protect stuff. I love how that became like, how words become, that's not the right way to phrase it, how words begin to have a positive connotation or a negative connotation is so strange, right? Like, when people say, like, welfare, the term welfare, like, oh, fucking welfare. Would you do not want to look out for the welfare of your children? How about your parents? You care about their welfare, right? But now when it's your neighbor, you're like, fucking welfare. I should care about the welfare of my neighbor. Same thing with this. Protectionism. Fucking protectionism. Yeah, again, so I pose the question, do you want to not protect your kids? Do you want to not protect your parents? So why is it different for your neighbor or the guy down the block? Don't you want to protect them? Yeah, you should. Protect their jobs. And this isn't to say, hey, fuck all the other countries. It's to say, I'm not going to take good-paying U.S. jobs and send it to some second or third world country where you pay 37 cents an hour for some fucking 8-year-old kid to do the work. I'm not down with that because I don't want to be part of this oppression, and I don't want to take the jobs away from people who are making middle-class, wages here. So, but this is what they do. They muddy the waters. We all agree establishment, right? Protectionism, bad. And isolationism, bad. No, non-interventionism, which is the normal term for isolationism, the pejorative smear, that's good. Don't fuck with people and only use our military if they fuck with us. And protectionism is good. Let's make sure we keep middle-class jobs here. And when you conflate those things with out-and-out bigotry and nativism and everybody not feeling welcome, you're part of the problem. Because then people go, hey, the Republican establishment and the Democratic establishment seem to agree. Outsource all the jobs and get in more wars. We the people don't agree. So then many people turn to Trump, and Trump also has the massive downsides of not really meaning it when he says, let's be non-interventionist and let's be protectionist, and also just being a massive xenophobe and a bigot and an unhinged person, and you don't know how bad he could possibly be. But this is why I say, yes, the establishment is at least partly responsible for the rise of Donald Trump.